The main event of UFC 314, Diego Lopez versus Alexander Volkanovski, is tomorrow. Here is my in-depth prediction. I maintained this same stance since the fight was announced, but the past few weeks I've really been going back and forth, and I've had a very bad feeling as a big Volkanovski fan. However, I'm going to keep my pick as Alexander Volkanovski by unanimous decision. This is very tough to fucking pick, but one thing that really was challenging when I was picking this fight is if you do this fight on paper, Volkanovski wins this fight 100%. If you actually just put it on paper, however, there are some intangibles that you can't measure. So Diego Lopez, very fucking dangerous early on, which is what I'm going to be very scared about. But of course, Volkanovski knows that. He knows that he's going to come out kind of guns blazing. Diego Lopez has never gone 5 rounds. Volkanovski's gone 5 rounds a countless amount of times. I think if Volkanovski can avoid the danger in the very beginning, I think he can kind of coast to a pretty comfortable victory. I don't think he wins the first round. I think Lopez is going to do good in the first round. He's going to drop him, probably, because Volkanovski likes to get flash knocked down. But it happens to, like, everybody. Happens against Islam, against Max. Chad Mendez did it. It just always happens. He gets dropped to one knee, but he gets back up and he's fine. And he'll yell and he'll pump his chest and shit. He does what he does. So I think Volkanovski's going to lose the first round. Diego Lopez, one thing that kind of concerns me is that he is kind of known for slowing down a little bit. In the fight against Brian Ortega, he looked very fucking good in the first round. He dropped him in the first 30 seconds, almost knocked him out, and kind of emptied the tank a little bit. And then round two was much slower. Round three was also kind of slow, but he kind of started to pick up the pace near the end. Same thing happened against Dan Ige. I understand the circumstances for the fight were very extenuating, and he had to make weight 3 times at 3 different weight classes, and it was a 3 hour notice. I do understand that. However, it still was a 3 round fight, and he was fighting at 165 or 161, I believe he weighed in at. So it wasn't even at 145. I know he went through the weight cuts, but he still was at fighting at 161. And first round, again, he looked good, but then round two and three were kind of just underwhelming. The thing about Diego Lopez is he just slows down. Like there's really nothing else to it, and nobody is better at weaponizing pace than Volkanovski is. So he's super quick as well. He has these darting combinations. He'll dart in. He'll throw 4 or 5 punches, as you can see down there. Significant strikes per landed. There's a big discrepancy between the two. Super quick. He didn't look any slower in his fight against Ilia Topuria. So he's going to maintain that speed. He's used to fighting guys that are long and lanky. Of course, he's fought Max Holloway 3 times, beat him 3 times, and in 2 of the fights, he beat him pretty effortlessly. And also, they have very similar reaches as well. Volkanovski has like a 1 inch reach disadvantage. So I'm not worried about him closing the distance because he's so quick when he goes in and out, and he is very good at using his reach to his advantage. Very good leg kicks as well. Diego Lopez doesn't throw too many leg kicks. His leg kick defense is a little questionable. I'm just really scared for the first 1.5 rounds, man. Like, I'm really fucking nervous. I'm gonna be sitting on the edge of my seat because, dude, Volkanovski just always seems to get dropped, and he always gets dropped early too. Islam dropped him in the first round. Also knocked him out in the first round as well in their second fight. But in the first round, he dropped him in the first round when he kind of started to brawl with him on the inside. And that's one thing that Volkanovski cannot do. I don't think he's dumb enough to just stand and bang with him. I really don't believe that. Like I said, he has great cardio. Volk is used to the size disadvantage that he has because he's always been the smaller guy, and he's fought people with the same frame as Diego Lopez, so I don't think there's going to be any concerns about that as well. I really think he's going to lose round one. He's going to face some adversity in round two, but it's going to be close. It's kind of going to be a swing round. But as Volkanovski does, and as he did against Max in the second fight, I think he actually needs to incorporate the grappling as well. Some people are going to disagree with that. I think Volkanovski is almost unsubmittable. So I think if you really need to use the grappling early, 100%, you got to be shooting takedowns early, rounds 1 and 2. That's an absolute must. You're going to drain his gas tank. You're going to take away his danger in early rounds. That's going to be negated. So that's going to be what you must do. Even if you don't take him down and hold him down, I understand that, but you still need to mix that in. You need to have that be on the back of his mind because that's going to open up the striking more as well. So I'm going to go Alexander Volkanovski by unanimous decision. For the love of God, I'm going to be devastated if he gets chinned in the first round, because the only way that Diego Lopez wins this fight is if he catches him early rounds, because I don't think he's going to get caught in rounds 3, 4, and 5. It's going to be in the first 2 minutes. It's going to be in the first round and a half, 2 rounds. Volkanovski is ever so slightly the favorite. He's a minus 120, I believe. So it's not even a bad bet to go with Diego Lopez. But, oh man, I don't even want to see either of these guys lose. I'm a big fan of both of them. This is going to be... Yeah, this is going to be very devastating for me if what I think, what I've been thinking about for the past 3 weeks is going to happen. Because, dude, like, whenever Volk gets caught, it's always early on. And, of course, Diego Lopez has a ton of success, dominating people early on. Did it to Brian Ortega, did it to Sadiq Youssef, did it to Pat Sabatini, kind of did it to Gavin Tucker. Like, he's just done it to every single fucking person he's fought, dude. There's just, oh my God. Like, we haven't seen Volk fight a dude with this amount of danger in his hands in a while. Because, I mean, not TKZ, Islam, I mean, yeah, but he's not known for just cracking people. He's known for being technical and being smart. Max Holloway, when he was at 45, he was not a big power puncher, you know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, I guess this is going to be the first time he's fought a big power puncher in a while. But I just think he can be smart enough. He's had so much time off. The chin is going to recuperate. He's in the best shape of his life. He's super lean. He's so fucking dialed in. As well as Diego Lopez, by the way. All the things that I just said for Volkanovski is also true for Diego Lopez. But, dude, that experience, man. Like, bro, I'm scared that this fight is going to be one of these times, one of these situations where the tape to beat Volkanovski is already out there because he's fought so many times. Similar situation for Israel Adesanya. I really hope this is not one of these scenarios because, oh man, that would just be devastating. And I'm not ready to see Volkanovski get knocked the fuck out. If he loses this fight, just let it be by an armbar. Let it be by a triangle choke. Like, you know what I mean? If he's going to lose this fight, just make it be like that. Don't make him lose a decision. And please, God, don't let him get knocked out. But I'm going to Alexander Volkanovski by unanimous decision. UFC 314 is tomorrow. I just posted my main event prediction. My boy's going to get it done, all right? It's going to make it happen. But let's get to the rest of the main card. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. I'm going to go Paddy Pimblett by round 2 submission. Michael Chandler is 8 years older than Paddy Pimblett. Okay, can't talk. He is much smaller. He's 3 inches smaller, 3-4 inches smaller. Michael Chandler is just not a smart fighter. This is not a groundbreaking take by me. This is not a hot take. Everybody knows this. Michael Chandler is not a good fighter. In his last fight against Charles Oliveira in the rematch, he was taken down pretty effortlessly. I know Charles Oliveira has some pretty underrated wrestling, but I mean, I don't think we've really ever seen Charles just take people down so easy like that. Paddy Pimblett is going to be someone who can do the exact same thing. He's going to take him down with relative ease. Paddy Pimblett gets to dominant positions quite easily. There's going to be a big athleticism discrepancy due to Paddy Pimblett being 8 years younger. I understand Michael Chandler is a big fucking tank and he's always training super hard. But when you've been doing this for so long and you're 38 years old and you've been in countless fight camps, you had a very bad... he had a lot of injuries after his last fight against Oliveira. So I just think Paddy Pimblett is going to get to dominant positions pretty easily. I think he's going to finish him by rear naked choke in round 2. However, Michael Chandler can win this fight. He's actually the favorite. I think he's a minus 120. Paddy Pimblett just doesn't cover his chin, has very bad boxing defense. Again, this is not a groundbreaking take by me. Everybody knows this. So Michael Chandler very much could find Paddy Pimblett's chin. However, dude, Paddy Pimblett's got a good chin. I know it gets cracked a lot, but he's got a good chin. I just don't think this fight is going to be standing for that long. I think we're all going to be hoping for a barn burner. Oh my God, stand and bang. Oh my God, they're just throwing shit. No, Paddy Pimblett's going to take him down within 60 seconds. He's going to control him for probably 3 minutes of the first round, and Chandler will explode up, and Paddy Pimblett's going to land a lot of big leg kicks. He's got very good leg kicks. Michael Chandler also has been dropped by numerous leg kicks from what I've seen. So first round's going to go to Paddy Pimblett. Second round, he's just going to take him down. He's going to get some hooks in, and he's going to finish him by rear naked choke round 2. So, Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. By the way, this whole card is very hard to predict. This whole main card, very tough to predict. Now, most of the time, these Bellator dudes, they always have success in their UFC debut. It happened for the co-main event, Michael Chandler. It's happened for Michael Page. It's happened for, I know Rainier DeRitter's not Bellator, but he's a different promotion. Rainier DeRitter had good success in his first fight. I want to go Yair Rodriguez by decision. So Yair is much younger. He's 32 years old. Patricio Pitbull is going to be 38 soon. He's got much better experience. I mean, it's no comparison. UFC competition is much better than Patricio Pitbull. His competition that he's been facing. Yair Rodriguez, I mean, he's been fighting the best of the best. He just lost to Brian Ortega. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost to Volkanovski. But he's just fought everybody. He's fought Max Holloway. Like, he's fought the best of the best in the sport. Yair is much larger as well. He's 5 inches taller. He's got a big reach advantage. Patricio Pitbull is kind of low volume, and he does get hit a lot. He's got a good takedown defense, though. One thing that I can see Patricio Pitbull winning is he's got good takedowns. Yair Rodriguez has a habit of just kind of getting bullied on the ground. Volkanovski did it to him. Max Holloway did it to him, just taking him down with ease. Of course, Brian Ortega did it to him as well. So I think if Patricio Pitbull can make this a dogfight and just take him down and kind of just wet blanket him almost, I think he could probably finish him on the ground, because Yair Rodriguez is a bitch on the ground. It's as simple as that. Whenever he gets taken down, it's just pretty effortless. So, however, I just think Yair Rodriguez is going to use his range to his advantage. He's going to keep him at bay. His very unorthodox style is like nobody that Patricio Pitbull has ever faced. I think Yair Rodriguez gets this done by decision, maybe a late TKO. But like I said, this is so tough. I'm not going to be a fence sitter and say, oh, yeah, Yair's going to win, but Patricio... No, I'm going to give it to Yair. I'm just saying that Patricio Pitbull is very capable of getting this fight in the bag if he just makes this a dogfight, and I think that's how he wins. But I'm going Yair by decision. Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva. I'm going to go Gene Silva. I'm going to go Gene Silva by round 1, maybe round 2 TKO. And as soon as this fight got announced, I'm like, oh, he's going to fucking kill him. Then I kind of started to, come back to earth, and I was like, okay, well, Bryce Mitchell is one of the best wrestlers in this division. He has had great success on the ground against basically everyone he's ever fought, including Ilia Topuria. I know he got submitted, but he still took him down a couple times. He kind of controlled and dominated Dan Ige for 2 rounds. You know what I mean? He had his way with Kron Gracie. Gene Silva has very good takedown defense, though. Despite, I know he got taken down by Charles Jourdain, but he got up pretty easily. And I think he has like 85% takedown defense. I'm going Gene Silva because, dude, Bryce Mitchell, I understand, like, yeah, you can say he's chinny because he got knocked the fuck out by a big power puncher. But, I mean, he was getting cracked by Kron Gracie, and that's very concerning. He gets cracked by everybody he faces. And he only faces, I mean, for the most part, very good strikers. You know what I mean? Josh Emmett, good striker, big power. Ilia Topuria, great striker, big power. Gene Silva, great striker, big power. I think he's going to be able to find the chin pretty easily. I don't think the mind games that Gene Silva is going to use are really going to work to him. I think Bryce Mitchell is pretty mentally strong. I don't think any of the noise, in the build-up to this fight is going to have an effect. I just think Bryce Mitchell is just not good. He has very bad striking defense. This is not a new thing. I don't think he's going to come to this fight and all of a sudden he's going to be a boxing fucking masterclass. You know what I mean? Head movement masterclass like Canelo. No, dude. It's going to be the same thing. He was getting cracked by Kron Gracie. You can say that the threat of the takedown. But, dude, Bryce Mitchell is not worried about Kron Gracie taking him down, okay? Bryce Mitchell has just never had good striking defense. It's as simple as that. Gene Silva's he's super unorthodox. He's got jump knees. He's got elbows. He's super quick. He's got the speed advantage. He's got the power advantage. And he can lead the song and dance as well. You know what I mean? He's a very good power puncher, but Bryce Mitchell is not going to be on the front foot moving towards him. Gene Silva is an excellent counter puncher, but like I said, he also can lead the song and dance. So I'm going Gene Silva by knockout in round 1, maybe round 2. Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. Nikita Krylov, nobody knows where he's been. He's been inactive as fuck for over 2 years. He is on a 3-fight win streak. I believe 2 of those are by finish. I'm going to go... Oh, boy. Dude, this is so fucking tough because you just have no idea how Nikita Krylov's going to look. But also, you have no idea how Dominic Reyes is going to look against... You don't know how 2025 Dominic Reyes is going to look against very good competition. I want to go... Boy, this is fucking tough. I'm going Nikita Krylov. By late TKO or decision. I'm going Nikita Krylov. Nikita Krylov is very high volume. He's got good striking defense. He's a very accurate puncher. He's a fucking great finisher. I believe 28 of his 30 wins are by finish. I mean, like, dude, it's so fucking tough because he's just been inactive for over 2 years. His last fight was against Ryan Spann in March of 2023. I want to say that was a fight night. Was that the Piotr Jan and Marab fight night? It might have been. Or maybe it was just another one of these Apex cards in March. But Nikita Krylov, dude, Dominic Reyes, he's a chinny bastard, all right? It's never going to be, it's always going to be the case, okay? He's been knocked out 3 times. Ryan Spann knocked him out with a jab. Jan Blachowicz knocked him out. Yuri Prohaska knocked him out. Nikita Krylov's got power in his hands. He very much could put the lights out of Dominic Reyes. Bro, I don't want to see Dominic Reyes lose. I really don't. I fuck with this guy. I want to see him go on a run. He's got some momentum. He's got very good takedown offense as well. Nikita Krylov is very good on the ground. But Dominic Reyes has, I want to say, 88% takedown offense, and he's never really been taken down that much. So this fight is going to be on the feet, and I just think Nikita Krylov is eventually going to find his chin. You know what I mean? This is going to be a stand and bang. This is going to be fight of the night. But if Chandler Pimblett is not fight of the night, it's going to be Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. And I just think Dominic Reyes, his chin is going to get touched eventually, and it's going to put him out, and it's going to be really sad because we all were so excited for this comeback for Dominic Reyes. Knocks out Dustin Jacoby, knocks out Anthony Smith, and, you know, he's you can see his energy is so much higher. He's so positive, he's so happy, he just got married, you know what I mean? His whole fucking life seems to be going well, but I just think he's going to lose this fight, and it's going to be kind of brutal. I think he's going to get like a TKO on the ground. It's not going to be a super damaging fight. He's just going to probably get flash knocked down, and then Nikita Krylov's going to hop on him, and he's going to start raining ground and pound because Nikita Krylov has also very good ground and pound as well. And then the referee's going to see enough, and he's going to stop the fight. So, yeah, that's going to be very upsetting, man. Dude, I'm going to have to see Volkanovski possibly lose, which is going to be devastating. I'm going to have to see Reyes lose, and I'm going to have to see Michael Chandler lose. This is going to be a sad day for me. But, yeah, those are my picks.